Okay, cool. So I just wanted to share. Let me turn that down a little bit. Okay, I just wanted to share some analysis, some insight, kind of what I'm seeing going on. Starting with S Triple Q here, which, if you don't know, is just the inverse ETF or exchange traded fund um, of the QQQ ETF, exchange traded fund. So the opposite of QQQ, big tech, essentially ETF, is S Triple Q. So looking obviously, the S&P 500 is great, and what you'll come to find out if you watch S Triple Q is the fact that it moves almost, bar for bar inverse of the S&P. Why? Because majority of big tech stocks are in QQQ, and majority of big tech stocks are also in the S&P 500. So S Triple Q inverse of QQQ, yada yada yada, has been on a sell side tear since, we'll just take it from this recent high, Monday 5th of August. And so if you go look at the Monday 5th of August 2024 for NVIDIA, for QQQ, right, the ETF, you'll see lows, right? Recent lows that we've had in this recently bullish market, surprisingly enough, because, if you look at obviously the entirety of 2024, S Triple Q has been selling, right? Has just been selling off, selling off, selling off. And so the sell off for S Triple Q, with some pullbacks and then continuation, has given us bullish, run ups in NVIDIA. You can go look at NVIDIA 4-hour, big picture, right? It's been doing really well this entire year. You just look at the run up from January 2024, literally January 2024, $47 in share price. Obviously, this is pre stock split. But then the run up continues, right? Well through April. There's a slight pullback April heading into May, and then May we're just ripping. So historic highs, really, truly, because this is all-time high as well. Regardless stock split or not, it's all-time high for NVIDIA. And so this correlation, right, this kind of insanely bullish market we've had all year, with the fact that Triple Q's been selling off, obviously, right, inverse. It just goes to show that there's got to be some type of correction, and major correction, right? We're not talking about, just a small correction. Like the last time we had really, really good consistent buying for a good long period of time was 2023. Buying for S Triple Q, right? So this would be sell off for NVIDIA, QQQ, S&P 500, yada yada. Was from July 2023 about roughly to October 2023 roughly. That was a long period, right? June, July, August, September, October, 3 months. And then we look to recent buying, and it's been very, very sparse, pretty much, right? Buying we have here from July to August, June, July, August, right? Like 1 month of buying, give or take. And same thing here, right? This was buying for S Triple Q, so again, sell off is what I'm showing you in NVIDIA and QQQ and S&P. And I keep bringing up NVIDIA because it's just a massive company. It's awesome to look at all the time. But so from March, again, April, and this one was almost to the date, right? In terms of sell off to buy up, it was just almost exactly a month, 20th to the 22nd there, March to April. So what I'm trying to say is, long-windedly, is we haven't had a period of harsh sell-off, really, and then we look prior, right? This is COVID crash, when S Triple Q is just going mad up until that peak we have there about October 2022, when stuff had really hit bottom. And then S Triple Q's been selling off. So what does that tell you? SPY, S&P 500, QQQ, etc. Everything's been buying since about then. So I think it's healthy. It would be healthy for S Triple Q to at least regain. If we're going to continue on the sell side, long term, extra long term, then I would think at least we revisit between the $23 to $28 range before potentially continuing lower, right? Lower than the low we have here. It's possible, right? If all goes green in the markets as it has been since COVID, post-COVID economy, right? then the sell-off will just continue, because what do you have? Basically that, and basically this, right? Much more, I should say, look at that. Look at that price drop. To about that low from about that drop off there. About a $25 move down. And then we look at the peak, which this happened much quicker, obviously. This was a slow sell-off, long sell-off we've been in since post-COVID. $41 run up. And so the potential is there to obviously continue selling off. I just think we've been on this sell side for so long. Because again, even if we just take it from that peak, I think is best. 2022, October to, I mean, this could be potentially October 2024, a 2-year sell-off period. If we continue the sell-off into the election coming up here. And that 2-year sell-off, right, is, I mean, there's gotta be some type of freaking pullback that would at least amount to half of this, right? A $20 climb up tear for SQQQ, I think, is more than possible. Now, will it take 2 years, a year? Sure, that's very possible as well. Long story short, again, to make things shorter, I think the whole reason I'm making this video is because I think that's beginning to happen. I think we are in that period where, again, you know, the sell-off's been going on for 2 years. October 2022, we're about to be in October 2024, just next month. I think that would be perfect timing for a cycle to change, get a shift, a hard, you know, right running up into elections. We have lots of reasons that stuff could go south really quick. You know, anyways. And south really quick for, again, QQQ, S&P 500, NVIDIA, not for SQQQ. SQQQ may continue to sell off a little bit, but it's been 2 long years of selling off, right? Which, again, that has been 2 long years of buying up, recovering from COVID, the post-COVID economy, for S&P 500, NVIDIA, etc. However, you don't have to be an expert to look at NVIDIA's, for example. This is just one example. Which they're a great company. You know, nothing against NVIDIA, but to look at this kind of ridiculousness. October 2022. I mean, I could just have to go a little bit farther, though. Let's go daily instead of 4 hour. Now you gain some perspective, right? Like, things were normal. Okay, some run up. Okay, that makes sense. Long over a period of time. Okay, normal. And then, obviously, I mean, this is COVID here, 2022. So when I say normal, again, I'm talking about the sideways trading price action more so, because that's an even trading range, whereas you have this crazy insane buy up post-COVID, and then this is the rest of post-COVID. So to put that in perspective right there, it's just ridiculous, because again, pre-COVID economy, 2021 and before, we see, I mean, slow and steady wins the race. That's what's normal, right? It takes years for these stocks to mature. At $5, roughly, let's measure it a little bit better. Yeah, roughly a $5 gain took from this low December 2018 to 2020. I mean, look at that. That's normal when we're talking about share price action, right? All of this stuff has been absolutely insane trading time to be alive. And then it's like, I just have to zoom out a little bit, and it's like, oh yeah, that's actually insane. Like, that's not normal. So long story short, I think we are in for a big one, a big crash. It may be slow and steady. They may do a great job of this sell-off pullback and you know, sell-off pullback, but I think something's going to give, and I think it's